if you could share some pointers or like your incidents or some incidents that happened that made you realize how good your college is specifically. And we'll talk in two contexts. One is academically, because that,
Hmm.
like you said, also one of the things IIM is really known for, the academic excellence, right? And let's also talk culturally, where you really saw the differentiating factor and you're like, damn, this is why this college is the best in the country for the things that it's doing, right? So let's start off with academically. Why is the reputation, or what makes the college worth the reputation?
Okay. I will definitely say the faculty is some of the best that I have seen in my entire life. These people are so knowledgeable. For example, my economics prof, Professor Errol, he is so brilliant that there was this one time he was giving us an example in class that he's gone for a football match. He's watching a FIFA match somewhere, I think in Argentina, and he's sitting next to the finance minister of Argentina. He's sitting next to the finance minister, and it's a match with Argentina versus someone else, and uh, yeah, I don't remember who the team was, but he's watching a World Cup, and they're sitting there and talking, and the finance minister says, if the team wins, I really don't want them to win, because if they win, there will be a lot of tourism from Argentina to go to watch the finals,
Mhm.
and we don't have the money to support it. We don't have the forex to support it.
Mm.
And just while teaching foreign exchange, he slipped this fact into the conversation, and that was so surprisingly knowledgeable for him to say that we
Mm.
lost our brains. We were just like, what? How could you say that? You were just sitting next to the finance minister and discussing how he doesn't want Argentina to win.
Mm.
So I think it's these examples and these things that our professors say. They have this world view of knowledge, and they're sitting and dispersing all of that in 75 minutes to you.
Mm.
Do you remember back in undergrad, people used to be asleep when some professor was teaching?
Yeah.
People were skipping classes. I mean, the 85% attendance was very hard to meet,
Mm.
right? Here, people are not asleep. Attendance is, I mean, people rarely skip a lecture because you want to be in that lecture. Yes, there are positives attached to being in the class, but other than that, you really want to sit and hear that lecture. It's amazing the kinds of things that the professors teach. And the method that we have to teach here is a case study method.
Mm.
So it's something that's followed by Harvard and a few Ivy Leagues in US.
Mm.
What they do is they write these cases about companies with everything from their financials to their background to the entire plot. It's like a story to read. So there's about 20 pages per class. So every 75 minutes class, we get a case for and a few readings associated with it for theory. But each of these cases have actual company information. And say we did a case about Spotify, it will have all the information about Spotify compiled into one case.
Mm.
And we read those cases to understand where could we have seen the trend that was coming up. So it's how could you have practically in that situation while sitting there seen what the founders wanted to do
Mm.
and followed that thought process through with them. So that's how the cases are written. And I think that's really amazing because you get to look behind the curtain for
Mm.
every company. And I think that's really cool. So academically, I think that's why this is very famous as a college because you have to do a lot of work for sure. As I mentioned, the take home assignments are at least 3 hours per day. And you have to catch up a lot because there's so much being done every single day. But other than that, the way and the way they teach and the things that they teach you, I think those are what distinguish them from everybody else.
Mm. Got it. I want to come back to, I think, case studies and
Yeah.
cover other things like projects, internships also along with that. But quickly, let's cover the other side of this question also, which is culturally, what sets the college apart from what you've seen from, not necessarily from the others, but just what sets it apart in general, uh, in terms of the cultural aspects and why it's so great.
Okay. So culturally, I think so. Okay, I was We were having a conversation before this about how people play sports till like the middle of the night because that is the time that they want to, get out of the house and actually enjoy the entire college environment. So culturally, in the sense that our work ends here at around 8 p.m. Now you can choose what you want to do after that. You can choose whether or not you want to have like a small gathering with your friends. A lot of people go have dinner at 8 till 9, and then they'll just walk around the entire campus. They'll go and play actual sports, and they compete not just within the college but within the state and nationally in those sports. So while being here, while being a master's student, these people are playing sports. The music room is full the entire time. We never get the keys to the room. Nobody can ever get it. We have a beautiful gym. We have a beautiful, we have like 5 badminton courts. We have 2 basketball courts. We have a tennis court. We have all sorts of facilities available within the campus. And from, I think, 9 p.m. till 2 a.m., people are just walking. Like everyone's just outside. They're like, okay, we're done with all our studies. Now it's time to just roam. And I think that's really amazing because that's where you get to like, you know, really enjoy the campus. That's where you get to see everything else. And what's impressive to me is that people stay awake till like 2, 3 a.m. and wake up at 7:30, 7:45 again to go back to class. And that is so interesting. And they're awake in class, they're paying attention, they're responding, they've studied, they've prepared, and they've played. So I think that's it's very strangely amazing to me to see how these people don't quit anything. And it's not just about academics, like, okay, these people must be a very smart bunch to be here. So it's not just academics. They don't quit anything. There's people who are doing powerlifting in the gym every evening. And so a few friends of mine, right? They're powerlifting in the gym and they've lifted like 160 kgs, 120, 160 kgs on their back. And they're about to pass out. You can see their faces turning red. It's just the drive that people have here to do anything, be it swimming, be it games, be it any cultural activity. We have all these clubs that are there as well. And they're just spending all their time doing all of this. And we're just constantly involved in the college. A lot of us haven't even stepped out into Ahmedabad more than 5, 6 times, other
Mm.
than to say, go get a haircut or whatever. No one's just stepped out of the college boundary because everything's encompassing within here. And the professors are also cycling around here in the evenings. So you get to meet them also. There'll be guests roaming around in the campus at all points of time. So you get to meet them also. So I think those are some things that I really enjoy about the college.
Mm. I mean, I think that's a brilliant answer, or just like a brilliant picture that you painted, also, right? Because I'm just thinking what sets this apart or set these people apart is that the sheer drive to pursue excellence, regardless of whatever field that is. Like, yes, academically you're super smart and you're skilled and you got into the college, goes without saying, but everybody's multidimensional. Everybody has other aspects, and it's not just having other aspects, it's chasing excellence in those aspects as well. And it's a drive to see that fully to a productive point as well, and not just like a random exploration that keeps happening. So I don't think anyone casually who's like, okay, you know what, I'll go play badminton. Nobody who comes from that mindset would ever want to finish college and then, you know what, I'll just play a game of badminton. No, it's like, I want to play badminton. I want to be good at the sport and I really enjoy it. And that's why I'm going to do it. And I guess
Yeah,
that's for
definitely.
other, yeah.
People are breaking around here while playing badminton. Like, "Oh, I will play badminton today," and with like so much motivation and dedication. There's people who are printing books out here while sitting in this very hectic environment. Someone's written a book. People are making actual vlogs on Instagram. Some people are actual influencers on Instagram, and they've kept up with their channel, and that's really impressive to do so many diverse things. I mean, it's not just very defined roles. It's a very, there's people who make their own meals, all 3 meals a day.
Hmm.
That in itself is the most inspiring thing I have heard.
Hmm.
Who has the time to do that? But they do because they enjoy it. So I guess just the, sheer decision to do. everything they can. I think that's what sets them apart. Yeah.
Hmm.